Another day in paradise. So I'm outside of my work office, and it's been raining all freaking morning. I'll show you how bad it's been. There's a car over there that's flooded. It's not as bad as it was earlier, but earlier when I came over here to the office, Broadway was one lane instead of the normal 3 lanes, and there was water almost up to my door, and there was cars stuck up all up and down the Broadway. If it rains for like 20 minutes, it floods down here since we are at sea level. Well, I've been off all morning, and I'm just here to pick up my paycheck. And today I wanted to talk about today's topic, and that is intellectual honesty. So I've always people always try to bait me into debating them or having like a discussion or argument with them. But I always ask them first off if they're intellectually honest, and I have a theory or a way of thinking that I don't talk to people unless they're intellectually honest, because otherwise it's not worth my time to have a discussion with them. And intellectually honest, it's simply defined as if I'm able to convince you with logic, reason, data, evidence, then are you willing to change your mind, or are you still the type of person that will say, well, I know the data, the evidence, and everything says this, but my feelings say otherwise, so I'm just gonna go with my feelings. And if that's the case, why have an argument with a person if they're always just gonna go with their feelings? And I've learned that most people are not intellectually honest, so I don't ever discuss things with people unless they're intellectually honest. Now, that's the first question I always ask them if they want to have a serious debate or discussion on the topic. Is first, are you intellectually honest? Yes or no? A lot of times they just straight up say, no, I'm not. And then boom, we don't have to talk about anything anymore. And if they say that yes, they are, then I'll ask them a few questions more to see if it's true or not. And I've met only a very handful of a few people that are truly intellectually honest. That if I bring evidence that for my argument, they'll concede and like, yeah, I guess you're right. You're right. I was wrong. And I'm the same way. If I'm wrong, I admit it. I don't hold on to. I'm not married to my ideas. If I'm proven wrong, I'll gladly say, yeah, I was wrong, and move on, so I can be right. I hate being wrong, and I'm always a seeker of the truth. So I received a comment on one of my videos of the immigration videos, and I know I'm gonna get a lot more comments on other videos on all the topics that I'm going to bring up, especially the controversial ones. And therefore, I'm going to make a video on all of them instead of debating them, because I don't want to get into like a discussion with people on YouTube or on any platform. I'd rather just make a video. And even though I'm not they might not be intellectually honest, I figured I could make content out of it and make a video. That way I get something out of it instead of just wasting my time. That's the main reason I don't really talk to people about certain topics, is because I'm just wasting my time. They're in an echo chamber. They just want to hear their thoughts. They have no how do you say it? They're not trying to change. They just want to hear. They just want to share their thoughts, and that's it. And I'm like, well, I'm not unless I'm getting paid, or have an incentive. It's not worth my time. I used to do marketing and be a consultant. And people would always like, hey, can you give me some advice? And I would always say, nah, I don't get free advice. I'm more for free. And then people will get mad. And I'm like, well, if I give you advice and you don't take it, I just wasted my time. And if I give you advice and you do take it, then what do I get out of it? Well, and they were like, well, you just be, I'll owe you a favor. I'm like, well, I don't work like that, because I've learned long enough that the good karma won't come back. So I'd rather just get paid for my advice, and or get something from when I talk to people. And here on YouTube, you could be saying, well, you're making these videos and not getting anything out of it, but I am. Eventually, the goal is to get this to be monetized. So I'm not just here just yapping away. I'm actually trying to make money out of this. And yeah, so that's the topic. It's intellectually honest. Are you intellectually honest, or are you not? If so, why? And what are your ideas of people being intellectually honest or not being intellectually honest? All right, I think my boss is about to pull up. I'll make another video tomorrow. I'm not sure what the topic is. Actually, I think I do know what the topic is. I want to talk about mass shootings, because of the recent mass shooting that happened yesterday in I think it was Iowa, if I believe. And I want to talk about that. All right, till tomorrow.